Gorgeous night, Miss Levitt.
It really is, isn't it?
Checking on the children.
Tucked in, but wide awake.
Tell me more.
Are you tempting me with astronomy?
That is my greatest asset.
Well, then you would remember from school.
Your cheek, your neck.
Pay attention, young man. Stars are classified by their heat.
Your eyes, my God!
Let's stay here forever.
Adrift.
No, afloat.
In the sea.
In the sky, always the sky.
Always
Yes.
the sky.
Yes.
Send more sky.
What? Peter? Peter.
Oh, Miss Levitt. Hello.
Hello.
You're here.
I am. Very here.
Yes, well, welcome back. I'm glad to read about your work. The pattern, it's very good work.
Well, it took long enough, but in the end, it's a credit to all of us.
It's kind of you to share credit, but I seem to recall you working all those nights alone.
Well, mostly, yes.
I'm sorry, I should be going. Welcome back. What do you need your next batch soon?
Batch of...
Those little Cephids. You're the fiend.
Oh, well, yes, but...
Pickering will be glad to have our best computer back in house. Good day.
Wait.
Miss Levitt, I really can't talk.
But I haven't seen the publication yet, and I was hoping to move past computing to real research.
I'll let you discuss that with Dr. Pickering. Excuse me, I have a class.
You're teaching. How nice.
It is a university.
Peter.
Miss Levitt, please don't.
Don't what?
I can't. I'm sorry.
Well, I thought that we could...
Miss Levitt, I really can't talk right now. Excuse me.
Well, I know it's been long.
It has.
I couldn't come back right away. I tried, I really did. But there were complications.
Years of complications? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be. We shouldn't.
Peter.
Excuse me.
You stopped writing me.
Well, there were complications.
And time and space, yes, I know, but when I saw the truth in those numbers, when I felt that thing that I've been trying to feel, I thought of you. I thought that you would understand. I thought.
You know, there should be a mandatory exclamation point for this sort of thing. I saw you coming up the path and about bit my fist. I was so pleased. Hello, darling. Oh, here you go. The Period Luminosity Relation by Miss Henrietta Levitt. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, there is a simple relation between the brightness of the Cepheid star and its time period. Published and turn up and you stand! In case those were worry lines. Why don't you tell her it's brilliant?
It is an achievement, especially now that Pickering and the lot have their hands on it.
The lots have nothing to do with it.
I'm saying that when others have a chance to apply it, progress indeed.
You wouldn't know what progress was if it swam up and bit you in the ear.
Excuse me?
I don't blame you for being jealous.
I'm not jealous.
And I'm not standing right in front of you.
I'd like to ask Dr. Pickering if I can continue working on this. Maybe start a project just for the Zephyds.
We already started one.
You what? But I want to participate.
You're not an astronomer.
Of course I am.
Not without a degree.
Then I'll get one.
And who will do your work?
This is my work.
It's not.
My work.
Not anymore.
Peter?
Miss Levitt! You've done a good job. Let's let that be that.
No. The impact of this, it could change. It could change.
It's just a pattern, Miss Levitt. It's not a revolution. Though we, of course, thank you for your contribution.
You are a giant ass.
I'm sorry I raised my voice.
Why don't you get out?
I will not.
Do not press me.
After all I've put up with from this department, where's Miss Cannon? Gone? Again?
She's sick? Of you.
She's out. We all know it. She's making trouble for this institution.
And if you made as many contributions as she makes trouble in one day, any one of us would care what you have to think of any one of us.
I'll go.
Home to your Dotson?
To my wife. That's ruined.
Dr. Pickering finally got us new chairs.
Oh, that's very.
Darling, we're in the business of perspective. You know it's fundamentally difficult to tell if something is big and bright or just close by.
I don't know what you mean.
And if hearts were stars, we'd all connect the damn dots.
Oh, nothing ever materialized.
Not saying it did, just hearts and stars can be blinding.
How do we know if any of this matters? How does anyone know that? I want to know that.
You can't, which is why you must never doubt, or you'll drown. Now, and you'll be so happy to see you. She's on her way back from a protest. Very exciting these days. And she's got a sash. She loves that sash. The both of them are off to change the nation. Speaking of,
Miss
look who's
Le-
back, Aggie.
Miss
You're
Cannon,
Welcome.
it's good to see you.
And you, my dear. The responses to your finding have been numerous.
You were right. It was in there.
Then let's all never doubt me again, shall we?
See? How goes the march? I defended your honor.
It was profound and pointless, as these things tend to be.
And the sash?
Patriot thread. So you're back for good, I hope. Can we get you started on something new then? How do you feel about supernovae?
Miss Cannon, I'd rather continue with the Zephyds. Keep working with them, really follow it through.
Through to where?
To some real point.
Put a big red X on it if you find it.
If we aren't finding the largest truth, what do we spend our lives doing? What is the point of all of this?
The cosmic question of our age.
What is the point?
What is the universe? The question itself admits a singularity of size. We are stuck
We are stuck.
on this planet.
And in this life, And our perspective is
Our perspective is
intimate.
imperfect.
And which means I have somehow forgotten
However,
to live.
because we like the measurements, we are left wondering, how big is everything? Which leads to the central question, is everything contained within our Milky Way or not?
Are we contained or not?
Is all that we see
Is all that we see
the extent of the universe?
the extent? No. No.
Absolutely. It is my judgment that the universe and the Milky Way galaxy are exactly the same thing. There is nothing greater and nowhere else. How could there be? To even consider that would mean that these stars are thousands of light years away, and nothing is thousands of light years away. The universe is simply not that vast, nor need it be to inspire the deepest human wonder. Thank you.
Professor Shaw,
Miss Levitt, you were watching.
how can you say that the universe isn't that vast? How can you say that?
Because the majority of astronomers agree,
They don't.
the ones that matter do.
The ones that give you this job do,
If you look at the literature,
which I have, Mr. Shaw, which is where my findings are now quite at home.
then you'd see, Miss Levitt, that there's simply no other way to think.
Well, it's a good thing that the universe doesn't care what you think, or me, or Newton, or Kepler. It just keeps marching on and waits for the blind to catch up. That would be you. That would be you.
Henrietta,
I'm sorry, but I have to go. I always have to go.
Henrietta, please.
What?
When I came back from Europe, my father decided that it was time, and that she was a good match. And I barely knew it happened, and I barely knew her. And I don't know why I acted that way. Yes, I do. Seeing you is very hard.
I'm so sorry that this is so hard for you.
That's not what I meant. Perhaps we can talk?
Can't.
Why?
Because there's a boat that's leaving tomorrow for Europe, and I just decided that I will be on that boat because I've heard that seeing the stars from space is something not to be missed. And I'm tired of missing things. Plus, I heard there's lobster.
That's good for you. But wait, I need to say, I should say that your findings are very important, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Dear Margie,
Dear Mr. Shaw,
I would like to say that I wish I could send you an image of the sky tonight, but I hope we never invent pictures that perfect. That would defeat the point.
which is what? I think staring out to sea.
You know, I used to think that to be truly alive, I needed answers. I needed to know. But all of this does in fact not need to be known, does it? We do.
We do.
Because the real point is seeing something bigger than ourselves and knowing that we're a small part of it, if we're lucky. In the end, that is a life well lived.
Please tell Miss Cannon that when I get back, I have work to do.
Because thank God, there's much out there bigger than myself. See you soon. Henrietta.
Henrietta,
Oh, Margie, oh my goodness. It's so good to see you. Welcome to Boston.
and the same to you. Welcome back. Now tell me everything.
Well, Paris is as perfect as you would think, and London's Just,
Henry! Henry!
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You're not fine. What is this?
It's nothing. Whew, it passes.
It's not nothing. You should have come home immediately.
There were only a few bad days.
Henrietta, they've invented doctors.
And I saw one in London.
And you're seeing another one right now.
Margie? No.
The luggage can wait.
I'm going to Harvard.
You're coming back to Wisconsin with me. You're resting and you're...
I'm going to work. I want to work.
I don't care. There's time for all that.
There isn't.
Wait now, there she is, Henry.
Henrietta, there she is.
I said that was her. I said that. Henrietta, dear.
Oh my goodness. What are you doing?
What are we doing here? Your sister told us you were finally coming home.
And you have to save us from each other.
You really do. Now we have a mountain of work to get through.
Oh, hello you. I'm Williamina.
Hello, I'm Margaret.
This is Margie, my sister. I thought you'd met.
Not yet, but I've heard so much.
Here, we've heard about you.
Oh my.
You're scaring the poor thing, Annie.
Unfortunately common.
Didn't Henrietta mention you have a son?
I do. As tall as his father and twice the charmer.
Oh dear.
Let's just say that I do not fear for lack of grandchildren.
Send him my way. I'll straighten him out.
All right, ladies. The early grafts from Princeton are in, and we need your eyes on them.
I can do that.
Henry, wait. She was just saying that she's been a bit poorly these days.
I'm fine, and I'm so looking forward to being back.
You're sick?
No,
Yes. She nearly fainted just now. She's not well, and I really must insist.
I'm insisting. Margie, my work is here, and my life and every opportunity that I've ever had is here.
Then so am I. You can't get rid of me.
Me neither.
And work from home whenever you like, so there's not a single reason we can't all go about our business as usual.
Thank you. Lunatic women.
Here we go, darling.
I'll get the bags.
We've got you, Henry. We're right here.
Excuse me, Miss Cannon.
Not today, Mr. Shaw.
I heard about Henrietta. Miss Levitt. I heard she's sick. How sick? How is she?
Well, she's making do. Working from home just down the street. I think you know nothing's going to keep her down for long.
Nothing short of an earthquake.
It sounds about right.
Would you give this to her for me? I took the liberty of inquiring to a family physician, and he said he'd be happy to see her. She would never ask, but if you would tell her to please accept his services as a favor to me.
I will. Thank you, Mr. Shaw. That's very... Thank you.
We got the census today. I started to fill it out, but I didn't know what to put under your profession.
Astronomer is my profession.
All right.
Astronomer.
With the capital A. And how are we doing today?
You know the worst part about all of this? Sitting still.
For you, I'm sure it is. How's the pain?
It's not bad.
But relaxing bothers you?
You can't order someone to relax and have it be relaxing.
Would you like to read some news?
I can't take any more war news. Did they send the new astronomy circular?
You'd think a world war would make the stars seem trivial.
You think the stars would make the war seem trivial? I've never felt so helpless.
You're not helpless.
I write all of these men, these colleagues, all using my work, and they won't even let me near it. Useless, helpless.
You're getting upset.
Life is about getting appropriately upset, and all I want to know is what is true? What else is true? And how long is that list? And I know that I will never know. And what does all of this not knowing do to a sane person? What does that mean?
It could mean that we're all helpless and alone. And because you can't connect everything yourself, that nothing is connected. Or it could mean that you may not know how you might matter to people right now. And you cannot know how you might matter to people in the future. But you are already connected. And you already matter because what you do outlasts you. Sometimes. Am I helping or hurting?
I can't tell, but thank you. And I want to explain.
You've tried explaining it. I'm just too thick.
No, not stars. Something like souls.
Henry,
I just know you worry about these things, and I don't want you to think that I don't believe in anything, because I do, in a different faith, in grand observation,
which is comforting.
which is nimble, which is comforting. My heaven is a cosmos deep in a gorgeous void,
Void.
full of darkness,
Not all darkness.
mottled with immaculate combustion,
But the stars are
hot, lonely gas,
not lonely.
broad, airless,
Don't say airless.
deep, dark, vast.
Stop it. Just stop it. All right. I know we don't speak plainly about this, but where does my heaven go?
Maybe it doesn't.
Henry.
I'm going first. I'll let you know who's right.
You cannot say that. Not to me.
I've made my peace with that part.
Well, I haven't. And what other part is there?
The part of meaning something.
You mean everything to me.
You have your babies, your music, you like church.
You can't compare us.
You have a life.
And you have a legacy.
Work that I cannot finish.
That's what a legacy is. The way I see it, and this is just how I see it, you asked God a question, and he answered. That is the meaning of meaning for most of us. Now, relax before I drug you. How about some news? And messengers.
Henrietta.
Darling!
Margaret, dear, thank you so much for keeping Henry so comfortable and close by. To have her just blocks away with all these new girls and their temperaments and their outfits.
Uh-huh.
You would not believe their shoes.
Probably not.
How are you feeling today?
Fine. Bored. Angry.
Not for long, you're not.
Well, you ladies chat. I've got dinner. You'll both stay, I insist.
Oh, wait, no. You should hear this.
You hear what?
We have news.
Great news!
What's the news? Annie, tell me.
Head of stellar photometry. It's yours. Pickering sent me to make the offer.
Oh my goodness.
Henry!
And a raise.
Of a quarter.
Wait, head of photometry, but that's your job.
Now I'm head curator. Everyone's moving up.
Like mighty oaks.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations!
It's a great honor, Henrietta.
Like magma from the depths of men's minds, a nice hot compliment erupts.
A change in the system is what it is. A model for the future.
Oh, Lord.
And if we use things like this and take a real stand,
She's about to hand you a pamphlet.
we can make a larger difference.
What's all this?
Both girls. It's about equality, and it's about
Time. I know all the pamphlets, all of the slogans.
Oh, I'm not really.
if we can organize the sky, we can organize our minds to choose our own future.
She heard a speech a year ago, and
Democracy or not.
now she's a patriot.
True patriot, yes I am. Does it say we the people, or doesn't it?
It does.
It does. And we're marching in Washington next month. You should join us, both of you.
I'll read the pamphlet.
It's a great pamphlet.
Gold glazed ham for dinner. I should get it ready.
Oh, why don't I come with you and get in your way?
So, we have new computers. You should come by the office.
Believe me, how I wish I could.
What can I do?
I need more work. Whoever is working on this, anyone's. I've been keeping up with the circulars. I've written every person that I can think of. I just need to know what they're saying. Just the tiniest bit of information, and I'm fine with it being tiny. I just need to know.
Of course you do. I'll have some girls take time and investigate.
Thank you. All I have is time, and all I haven't is time.
Time is persistent.
Yes.
But light, its speed is a constant. One of the few in the universe. So you know, I choose to measure you in light.
Annie, Ham needs your help.
Hold on. I'll go get your sister.
Miss Levitt, hello.
Mr. Shaw.
I'm here. I know it's odd, but I had to see you.
Why? What's going on?
There's a new finding, and I don't think I'm overstating. It changes everything, and you had to be the first to know.
Mr. Shaw, please tell me what it is exactly you're talking about and why you're here. And just so you know, they're most likely pressed ear to grain against that door.
Well, I didn't know exactly where you lived, so it starts with me following them.
He followed us? I will smack his... Ow!
That doesn't matter. What matters is that today I received you received, but it all comes to my office now.
What comes?
Letters from colleagues to you.
To me.
I thought they were copied.
They weren't. I live blocks away. I've been trying to figure out what's going on for ages.
Sorry.
Ages.
The point is, this morning, Hertzsprung, the Danish one.
The big beard?
Right. He used your work to measure the distance to those Cephids.
To my Cephids?
In the small Magellanic Cloud. Yes.
He calibrated actual distance to my Cephids.
This could be the first measurement of anything outside of our galaxy.
Which means that our galaxy could be one of many?
Well, it's proof that the universe is vast. There's multiple.
So wait a second. How did he do it?
Use statistical parallax for the 0 point against the sun. then plugged in your data for the slope, and there you have it.
Well, that makes it sound so easy.
Well, without your work, it would have been impossible. Your work made the leap for us all. Now we have a standard measurement. For the rest of time, we have a standard. Oh, and another man keeps writing. Hudgens.
Hubble?
Hubble! Yes!
Peter, how far away are my stars?
Thousands and thousands of light years away.
Which means that our galaxy could be one of many.
Perhaps. One of many billions.
I knew it.
You did.
You were perfectly wrong.
I was. I am so proud to know you. And this was under your desk. A new girl found it. Thought you might like it back.
This was the book my father sent me.
You never opened it.
I was always too busy and too ashamed, I think. Collected poems.
Really? Whitman.
My father sent me poems?
This one's marked. When I heard the learned astronomer, when the proofs, the figures were ranged in columns before me, when I was shown the charts and the diagrams to add, divide, and measure them, when I sitting heard the astronomer where he lectured with much applause in the lecture room, how soon unaccountable I became tired and sick, till rising and gliding out I wandered off by myself in the most mystical moist night air, and from time to time looked up in perfect silence at the stars.
So he's not a marauder then.
Margie, this is Mr. Peter Shaw.
The Peter Shaw?
A pleasure to meet you.
You'll stay for dinner?
Oh, no, I shouldn't.
And yet you will. We have much to discuss, famous Mr. Shaw.
And Margie is a wonderful musician. Maybe you and Annie can sing for us.
Oh, yes!
Oh, God.
And Margie knows musicals.
I couldn't.
You're singing.
How nice!
I've learned just not to argue with women.
That is correct. Dinner's on the table. We'll be right with you guys.
And you must tell Will and Annie immediately.
About what?
Henrietta just became the first person to measure the universe.
You knew about him, didn't you?
I did.
You knew about him the whole time.
I did. That many letters.
Sisters are strange friends.
What did he just tell me?
It's real. I couldn't believe it.
Of course he couldn't.
Will you be nice to me?
Henrietta was right.
You were right. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
That's what I said. Look at this. Everybody should be looking at this.
Henrietta,
I know.
this is just,
It's everything.
it is everything.
How does one celebrate measuring the universe?
I have no idea.
I have cookies.
This is brilliant. All right, come on. We're celebrating.
We already are celebrating.
Not enough, and you deserve it.
Thank you all, but
That's perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
what are we doing right now?
Wait, what are we doing?
You're coming too.
Me? Wait, what?
No, I can't go anywhere.
She's really not supposed to.
You have to.
You deserve this, Henrietta.
It doesn't matter if I can't.
It's not that far,
Only a few blocks away.
just up the hill.
It's freezing. I cannot go anywhere. So thank you all, but let's just sit and have a nice dinner and
Forget the ham, get the car.
for a few blocks?
Now we're talking.
Margie,
Henry, relax.
on top of a hill just blocks away, across the courtyard from my old desk where it stood off limits, I see the Great Refractor Telescope, to which we happily break in that night, and taking Margie's hand, I lean in close, hold my breath, and see my heaven. Some time from now, I gather myself and I walk outside, and I look up in perfect silence. And I know that distance is only space and time, and for some of us, light. I'm out of time, but light has never failed me. And so I shift. The next year, Annie gets a vote. The next year, a man named Hubble uses my work to prove that our most unique galaxy is in fact one of billions upon billions. Then a man from Sweden calls, wondering if I might like a Nobel Prize. It's too late for me, but I take the compliment anyway. A few years later, and Will dies in Boston. Annie by her side. Another war, and another war takes over the world. Then Annie dies. Then Peter. Then my sister, kissed by 12 grandchildren, a symphony on the radio. Then we harvest the atom. We orbit the Earth. We stand on the moon. Then a telescope named Hubble, with wings set for space, shows us just how vast and beautiful it all really is, because wonder will always get us there. To those who believe there is much beyond ourselves. And I do. And that is a reason that we measure it all in light.